God says, "My beloved child, before the sun sets today, something is going to be revealed to you that you were never meant to carry alone." You have sensed it. You felt something heavy around you, a cloud that doesn't move, a whisper that doesn't fade, a presence that lingers in every room you enter. That's not coincidence. That's not your imagination. That is Archangel Michael calling out to you, again and again, because time is running out for someone connected to your soul, and there's something they must reveal to you before their breath disappears into eternity. Archangel Michael has been watching. Every night you thought you were simply restless for no reason, tossing in bed or waking suddenly from sleep with your heart racing. Those weren't just dreams. Those were his visits. He's been shouting in silence, weeping into the corners of your room, brushing past your shoulders with his wings, trying to reach into your spirit. But your heart was too filled with questions, your eyes too filled with distractions, your ears too full of noise to hear him clearly. But now, heaven will no longer wait. Michael is raising his voice. This is not a gentle nudge anymore. This is a divine alarm. You must listen. There is a soul you care about, someone tied to your emotional past, someone you thought you understood, someone who still holds a secret about your journey. Their time is ending. Heaven has counted their days, and the hourglass has almost emptied. And before they go, God says they must speak to you. Not just because it's their final desire, but because their words contain the key to unlocking a chain wrapped tightly around your destiny. You don't realize the weight of this yet. But God does. That's why He's speaking now, through thunder, through light, through the trembling pages of your spirit. He says this person was always sent to you, not by mistake, but with a mission. Yet along the way, pain, pride, or fear made them hide the truth they were supposed to give you. And now, with their life slipping through their fingers like sand, they are ready. But you must be the one who shows up. You must be the one who opens your heart and receives it before the veil between worlds becomes too thick for their voice to travel through. God says this message will sound impossible. You'll try to tell yourself it doesn't make sense. But deep in your soul, something is already confirming it. Haven't you felt that someone you love is drifting away emotionally, physically, or spiritually? Haven't you noticed the subtle changes? The strange goodbyes? The lingering glances? The silences in conversations that once flowed with ease? You are not imagining this. Heaven is confirming it. That person is nearing the end of their time, and they must not leave without telling you what was buried for too long. Michael is crying out. He sees how you've been betrayed by silence. How your mind replays memories, trying to find what went wrong. But there is a piece of your puzzle hidden in the heart of the one who is fading. And that piece will free you. That piece will explain things you've been aching to understand. That piece will set you on the path you were always meant to walk. But you must act fast. Heaven doesn't work on your schedule. It moves according to divine timing. And that timing is now. There are no coincidences. The very moment your eyes are reading these words, the spiritual gate is wide open. You are being summoned. Your spirit is being pulled forward like a tide being called by the moon. Michael is standing with his sword in hand, not to fight, but to protect the opening of this final conversation. A sacred one. A life-altering one. A goodbye, yes, but also a beginning. This person has been battling something in silence. You may not have seen the signs. Or perhaps you saw them but didn't realize how close the end truly was. Their body is tired. Their soul is preparing to leave. But their love for you, their regret, their burden, is keeping them anchored just long enough to pass the torch they were supposed to give you long ago. And if you don't receive it, your path will remain fogged by confusion. That is why God is urgent. That is why Michael is almost shouting. That is why heaven is shaking the ground beneath your feet. Because the moment you open yourself to this truth, to this last message from them, even if you don't know who exactly yet, a healing will begin. A river will flow again where the drought of answers once cracked your heart. A locked door will swing open. And with it, your spiritual strength will multiply. Your gifts will return. Your intuition will sharpen. Your relationships will shift. Your entire identity will come into alignment. This person, the one fading, is someone you once loved or still love, even if you hide it beneath layers of pain. They know something they haven't told you. Something about your past, your name, your divine assignment, your inheritance, your future. Their silence was once their shield, but now it has become their sorrow. And they do not want to leave earth carrying this truth to the grave. They want you to have it. They want you to know. Even if they think you won't forgive them. Even if they're afraid it's too late. It's not too late. But it's almost too late. God says you must pray right now. You must quiet your environment and listen with your spirit. You may receive a vision. A memory. A name. A face. An urge to call someone, visit someone, write someone. Follow it. Do not delay. For heaven is orchestrating this moment not only for you, but also for them. Their soul has waited for permission to speak. And that permission will only come when your heart opens. You will feel it. You will know who it is. And if they are no longer able to speak in person, God will deliver their message through a dream, through a letter, through another person. But you must be willing. You must be alert. You must be ready. This message is not about fear. It's about final clarity. It's about mercy. It's about the divine compassion of God who loves you so much that He refuses to let you walk through the rest of your life without this missing piece. You were never forgotten. You were never left behind. But there was always a delay because the person who held this truth was not yet ready to give it. Now they are. And you must be the vessel. God says everything that's been confusing in your life will suddenly begin to make sense once this message is delivered to you. Relationships you mourned. Choices you regretted. People you thought abandoned you. Even the spiritual battles you faced in silence, all of them are connected to the message this person is finally ready to release. This isn't just about closure. It's about breakthrough. Michael is standing beside you. His presence is thick in the room as you read this. Some of you can even feel a chill in the air. That's him. Don't be afraid. That's his confirmation. You are being watched over. You are being surrounded. Heaven is on full alert because your soul is finally waking up to the urgency of what's been hidden for too long. Don't scroll past this. Don't forget this. Don't tell yourself, maybe later. There is no later. God says this moment is sacred. A spiritual torch is being passed. A final whisper is being prepared. And if you listen, if you obey, not only will you find the truth, but you will feel the divine shift that's been waiting to flood your life with peace, purpose, and unimaginable healing. Go. Reach out. Pray. Be still. Open your heart. Michael is no longer whispering. He is standing in the middle of your soul, declaring loudly, "Their time is almost over, let them speak before the veil falls." This is your divine moment. And it will never come again. God says, the very breath you're taking right now is proof that you were meant to hear this. If this was not for you, your soul would not be trembling, your chest would not feel this sudden weight, your spirit would not be leaning forward as if expecting something to appear out of thin air. But something is appearing, not through your physical eyes, but through the veil of the unseen. The spirit world is closer now than ever before. And the soul who is about to leave this earth is reaching for you in desperation. This person has held something inside for years, a confession, a truth, a painful admission, a secret that they could never find the courage to speak. Not because they wanted to hurt you, but because they were afraid of what the truth might do. They were afraid it might ruin everything. But what they didn't know is that hiding it only delayed your healing, delayed your destiny, and created a fracture in your spiritual path. They've lived with this guilt, this tension, this internal battle, and now, at the edge of their earthly departure, they can no longer hold it. Their spirit aches to be released from the weight, and it is you who must allow them to be free. You may have thought you were forgotten by this person. You may have thought they didn't care. You may have convinced yourself that they moved on or that their silence meant indifference. But it wasn't indifference. It was fear. It was confusion. It was regret. They have always loved you, but their love was not whole, because it was built on something left unsaid. And now, God is making a way. Not just for you to hear the truth, but for both of you to be healed by it. God says this is more than a personal matter, it's divine. There are generational chains tied to this. The silence they carried came from generations before them. Their own parents, perhaps their grandparents, never taught them how to speak openly, how to be vulnerable, how to admit fault. So they remained quiet, thinking it was noble. But heaven sees silence that delays healing as a wound, not wisdom. This person may be older, perhaps sick, perhaps battling something you don't even know about. Or perhaps they are spiritually dying, disconnected from their purpose, wandering without hope, aching to tell the one person who still matters, you. And God, in His mercy, is creating one final window. This message is that window. Michael is not leaving your side today. He is hovering beside you, commanding the spiritual air around you to remain still so you don't miss what's coming next. There will be signs, divine hints in the next few hours. A call. A name repeating in your mind. A sudden dream. A shadow that flickers where it shouldn't. A tug in your chest to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Follow it. Do not let logic talk you out of this. This is not about logic. This is about the sacred. This is about a moment heaven wrote into the book of your life before you were even born. This is about a contract written in spirit, one that says you will be the one to receive the truth before it disappears into the ground with the one who has held it. You've asked God so many times, why is this happening to me? Why can't I find peace? Why do I feel disconnected from my purpose? And every time, the answer was circling around you, waiting for this one truth to be delivered. It's not your fault you didn't know. It wasn't time. But now the bell is ringing. The scroll is opening. And this message is being carried to you on sacred wings. This person is being visited in their dreams by Michael as well. They may not understand what they're seeing. They may wake up crying, shaking, haunted by images and faces, yours especially. Their soul is not at rest. And it won't be until they speak to you. It may not be easy. They may stutter. They may hesitate. They may fumble over words. But listen with your spirit, not your ears. Let your heart translate what heaven is trying to pass down. Because this moment is bigger than both of you. This is about restoration. This is about lifting the curse of secrecy that has passed through your bloodline. This is about healing not just you, but the generations that come after you. The truth has power. And until it is spoken, you will keep walking through fog when you were always meant to walk in light. God says, prepare yourself. Light a candle. Speak to Him. Ask Him to show you what to do next. Ask Him to send the words, the sign, the visit. He will. The moment you ask in faith, the heavens move. There's a specific message this person must give you. It could be about your family. It could be about your spiritual inheritance. It could be about a betrayal. Or about money, property, protection. It could be about a child. Or a secret love. Or a decision they made long ago that changed the entire direction of your life, but you never knew why. And they never told you. Until now. This message is not punishment. It is not to hurt you. It is to free you. And once it comes, once the words are spoken, something will shift in the air. You will feel it. The weight will fall off your back. The tears will come without control. And for the first time in years, you will breathe a full breath. A breath that belongs to your true self. A breath that was stolen from you when the truth was buried. Michael says, "My sword has touched the earth. I am guarding this encounter. I am shielding the pain so it does not devour you. I am holding back the enemy so nothing can interfere. But you must act. You must open your heart. You must be willing to hear what's hard, and still forgive. Because your future depends on it. God's love for you is so deep, so endless, that He refuses to let you live one more day in confusion. That is why He's sending this warning, not to scare you, but to bless you. Because He is about to use this final conversation to unlock miracles you didn't even know you had been denied. This is your moment. It may come through a message. A knock on the door. A letter someone kept hidden. Or even a random encounter that suddenly floods you with memories. When it comes, you will know. And when it does, do not delay. Say what must be said. Hear what must be heard. And then look up, because the clouds will part, and the light will fall on you like never before. Your ancestors are watching. They are cheering. They know how important this is. They've waited for this moment. And they are proud of you for receiving this message, for listening, for not turning away even though it's heavy. Michael will not leave your side until this is complete. And when it is, you will walk into a future full of clarity, joy, and divine restoration. Because God never forgot you. And He never will. God says, you are not alone in this. Heaven is backing you. The angels are watching over you. No harm shall come to you in this assignment. You are not stepping into danger, you are stepping into destiny. You were created for such a time as this. This is not a coincidence. This is divine timing. And don't think your role is too small. Even if you feel unqualified, unsure, or overwhelmed, know this: God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And right now, He is calling you. With a loud voice. With divine fire. With urgency wrapped in love. Archangel Michael is trying to talk to you not because he wants to scare you, but because he knows time is precious. This person's life has value beyond what you or they can see. There's still a mission in their soul, a love they need to give, a healing they are meant to carry into the world. If you answer this call, you become the bridge between despair and hope. This is sacred. This is urgent. This is yours to carry. You may feel the weight of it already. That heaviness in your heart, that's not fear. That's the Holy Spirit stirring your compassion, activating your empathy, pushing your soul into motion. Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. God says, "This is the moment I prepared you for. This is why you have endured what you endured. So that you would recognize the pain in another. So that you would not walk past them without seeing." Remember, when you speak love into someone's life, you don't just comfort them, you resurrect them. Words of truth, spoken with kindness, can bring a soul back from the edge. That is the power God has placed in you. There is something else. This person doesn't just have something important to tell you. What they reveal might change your life too. There is a thread between your story and theirs that God is trying to weave back together. A broken connection that once restored will open doors of grace, healing, and even unexpected blessings. You may learn something you never knew. You may discover a truth about your past, your purpose, or your own pain. This is a two-way miracle. So do not be afraid. God is with you. Archangel Michael goes before you. He will place the right words in your mouth. He will give you the strength to hear what needs to be heard, and the grace to respond with love. Nothing will go wrong. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. Pray now. Let the silence speak. Let your heart be soft. And then move. This is not about saving someone with your strength. It's about letting God use you as a vessel of love. Sometimes all a person needs is to know they matter. Sometimes all they need is for someone to notice. Let that someone be you. Do not delay. Reach out. Say the words. Be present. Trust God. And when you do, you will feel the heavens open. You will feel the warmth of divine approval surround you. You will know that you stepped into a moment that was holy. And the one you reach out to, they will breathe again. They will cry, maybe. They will tremble. But they will not fall. Because your obedience created a path for their deliverance. God is with you. He sees your heart. He chose you for this because He knows you carry His light. You may not see it, but heaven sees it shining through you. You are not small. You are powerful, because God breathes through you. Archangel Michael is speaking now. Not just to you, but through you. Let His love be your courage. Let His strength carry your words. And remember this: what you do in the next few moments could save a life. Don't let that life be lost in silence. Go. Speak. Love. Save. God is watching. The angels are waiting. And the one you're meant to reach? They're listening. Go now, child of God. You are the miracle they've been praying for. And as you rise in faith to answer this call, the heavens shift. You may not hear the trumpets, you may not see the angels, but something holy moves in the unseen realms. Because when even one heart chooses love over hesitation, light floods the darkness, and chains break without a sound. That is what you are doing now, breaking invisible chains that have held someone captive in silence, fear, or regret for far too long. God says, you were born with a light that cannot be put out. Even on days when you feel lost, even when the world turns cold, even when people misunderstand your love, your light remains. Because it is not your own. It is His. And today, that light is the key to someone else's salvation. You are walking into a divine assignment, crafted by God before you were even born. Every pain you've endured, every lesson you've learned, every act of compassion you've ever shown, it all prepared you for this moment. This person who needs you, they are on the verge of surrendering. Not just their voice, not just their truth, but possibly their very breath. They've been talking to God. Maybe not in words, maybe not in prayers, but in desperate thoughts, in exhausted tears, in long nights staring at the ceiling wondering if anyone would notice if they disappeared. And God noticed. God always notices. And He didn't just see their pain, He moved heaven to intervene. He dispatched Archangel Michael, the warrior, the protector, the fierce guardian of souls, to hover over this person. And Michael came. He came quickly, sword drawn, wings spread, heart ablaze with divine purpose. But even Michael, mighty as he is, needs you to move. Because love must come through human hands sometimes. Healing must come through human hearts. The miracle must pass through you. God says, You are the last lifeline for someone who thinks no one would ever understand them. And you don't need all the answers. You don't need the perfect speech. You just need a willing heart. A heart that says, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm here. You matter. Your story is not over. When you say those words, whether through a phone call, a message, a conversation, or even a silent presence, you are speaking the language of heaven. That is the language that brings people back from the edge. That is the sound the darkness fears. This person may have once tried to speak but was silenced by shame, by fear, or by betrayal. Maybe they were punished for telling the truth before, so they stopped trying. Maybe they wore a mask so long that they forgot what it felt like to be seen. But your love will remind them. Your compassion will unlock something sacred within them. And once they begin to speak, you must listen, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. There will be pain in their voice. Let it speak. There will be confusion. Don't try to fix it. Just hold space. There may even be anger. Don't take it personally. It's not about you, it's about their cry for freedom. God says, what they're about to tell you, it's bigger than just them. It may connect to something in your past. It may reveal a hidden truth you've long suspected but never confirmed. It may give you clarity about a situation that's been weighing on your own soul. This is why the conversation must happen. This is why heaven has pressed this moment into your path. You might hesitate. The enemy will whisper lies, you'll mess it up, they won't want to talk, it's too late. Silence those lies with truth, God chose you. If He chose you, He will equip you. If He called you, He will sustain you. He never gives you an assignment without also giving you the strength to complete it. You are more powerful than you realize. Not because of your own strength, but because you are infused with the Spirit of the living God. You carry His presence. You carry His peace. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts, even if you don't feel it. The angels move with you. The Spirit whispers through you. Heaven backs your steps. And don't be surprised if after you reach out, the person cries. Don't be surprised if they say, I was just about to do something terrible, and then you messaged. That is not coincidence. That is God. That is the divine timing of a God who never sleeps, who never stops watching over His children, who always sends help right before the moment breaks. God says, you will not fail. This assignment will not crush you. It will elevate you. It will awaken something inside you that you forgot was there, a divine compassion, a holy fire, a sense of purpose so deep it burns away your doubt. You were not created to live in confusion. You were created to be a lighthouse in the fog. And here is something even deeper. After this moment passes, after the conversation happens, after the truth is spoken, there will be peace. A kind of peace that only God can give. You will know that you did something eternal. You will feel the smile of heaven upon you. And the person you reached out to, they will never forget it. They may not even have the words to thank you, but they will carry your kindness forever. Archangel Michael is still with you. He hasn't left your side. He's watching, waiting, praying with you. He's holding back the forces that wanted this person to remain in silence. And now he watches to see what you will do with this divine call. Do not fear. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. You are walking hand in hand with God Himself. And as you step, miracles unfold. God says, once you complete this task, you will be blessed. Not as a reward, but as a divine ripple of the love you gave. Blessings will find you in unexpected ways. A door will open. A relationship will heal. A burden you carried will suddenly lift. Because when you give love, heaven always returns it multiplied. So take a deep breath. Say a quiet prayer. Then move. This is the moment you were born for. This is the life you're meant to touch. And this is the God who goes with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I am your refuge and your strength. You are my beloved child, in whom I am well pleased. Now go, chosen one. Go in courage. Go in peace. Go in love. And go knowing this, the miracle is already happening. If you believe in God, type Amen.